Hello there, this is Kush Sharma from Creative Pad Media. In this tutorial, we will be seeing some amazing use cases of the all-new ChatGPT AI image generator and editor. There are a lot of videos like this, but they all have mainly up till now focused on the graphic designing part because that's also one area where this is really good and is changing the game. But for this video, we're going to focus more on the topic of image editing. And there's a good reason why there are not many videos on this topic when it comes to the all-new ChatGPT AI image editor, simply because this is an image generator. So when you feed inside it an image that you want to edit, it's not like it's gonna just edit certain parts of the photograph. It basically reproduces the entire image, and therefore the image doesn't always exactly look like the original image. So going by that logic, where it can help you in image editing is where you are okay with some changes in your shot. You don't mind it producing those kind of changes. And that's exactly the kind of use cases we will be focusing on in this video. Before I get started, as always, the links to download all the images that we will be using is in the description. And also, since I'll just be showing you mainly the results here and the prompts will be here, I've also left all the prompts of these use cases in the description so that you can exactly copy paste it and see how this works for you also. So let's get started first of all with this first case here, which is going to be about a real estate edit. And personally speaking, I have been on the lookout for a tool which can do this for a very long time, and I haven't been able to find something. In fact, in the past, I released two different videos. One of them was released just a few weeks back, where I tried to basically make a room look more polished and clean and more professional simply by writing a prompt, and it just wasn't happening. It was still taking too much effort even with the other AI tools. Now, just look at this. We have the photograph of this room, and I've just typed in, I want to post this room photo in Airbnb, tidy up the place and make it look more professional. And that's just by typing this, I've got a result like this. And if you see both these shots side by side, it looks absolutely amazing, because it maintains most of the objects there. Because when we are doing this, one of the important things is that the room should look like the original room. If that's the case, then we don't even mind small variations, like maybe, let's say, the carpet being slightly different. But overall, just getting this result from a single line is absolutely amazing. We've not seen anything like this before. In fact, I was talking about my other videos that I released. So a few weeks back, I had made a video on this particular room, and I uploaded the image and I just typed in for this image too. And it did exactly that. And you can see the side-by-side look also. This looks absolutely amazing. Whereas in the last video, it took us longer with another AI tool. And the result was this one, which didn't even look close to the original room. So yes, this is one use case where you can just upload this and have an entire portfolio of your real estate shots just edited like that by writing a few lines. The second use case that we're going to be talking about is turning a normal shot like this into a different kind of a studio shot. For example, one of my favorite types of photography is low-key photography, where everything is dark and you just have the light focused on the subject. So here I've just written, turn this into a low-key studio shot. Make sure there's enough lighting on the subject, because sometimes when you do this, it makes the whole image very dark. And also the subject has black hair, so I don't want to merge her hair into the shadows because it's going to be dark all around. So make it look like a hair light was fired from behind her, and just see the result here. And this looks really amazing. Now, in this scenario, don't keep editing too much, because we've already seen this in the past. The more you edit, the more the face changes. So in your first edit, the face is going to be as close as possible to your original shot. And for this kind of an edit, even if it changes things a bit, it's still okay. It's a low-key shot. You anyway can't really make things out very clearly. And even if the overall lighting isn't perfect, what you can do is just take such a shot inside Photoshop. And then if I just open up, let's say, camera raw filter, editing such a shot now becomes very easy. For example, I can just increase a bit of shadows here to my liking, maybe just increase a bit of blacks, add a bit of exposure. And you can see just like that, we have a proper low-key studio shot ready, even though it never existed originally. The next edit was a bit crazy because what I had the image of this man and I just wanted to turn him into this giant who was causing a lot of trouble everywhere and people are running around in a suburban place. So I just typed, turn this man into a giant who's attacking a suburban area. People are running in fear. Make sure he looks real and not like a cartoon character. So it's photorealistic. And I wrote this specifically because for this kind of an edit, because when I was trying this earlier on, it was giving me results like this, but the man looked more like a cartoon. But in this case, you can see that he started to now look much more real, and overall, the people running, everything was great here. Now, one thing I want to point out here is that for all this to work, you by now you know that you do need a ChatGPT Plus account. Now, when you do sign up for the Plus account, you also can create these images inside the OpenAI video generator, which is Sora. So if you go to sora.com and just log in with the same account, you can actually, it allows you to not only generate videos, but images also. So I can actually write in the same prompt here. It even allows me to choose the aspect ratio from here, some presets also. So if depending on the style I want. So this is definitely more advanced. But in this particular case, what I've also seen is when you're going for dramatic images like this, it just does a better job than the generator back here. Because if you look at the man here, he is a giant for sure, but he doesn't look too angry or someone who's causing a lot of trouble. But I just wanted to show you what happened when I did exactly the same thing right here. So this was the image that I got from this. And in this case, you can just see the road is also cracked where he's standing. He looks more angry. He's looking at the woman who's running ahead. And to me, just these dramatic images sometimes come out much better in Sora, even though it's the same generator actually. For the next edit, I used the same image, and this time I wanted to actually do the opposite. I actually wanted to turn him into someone like who's very small, like a miniature subject, and in a large world doing something. So I just typed in, turn this man into a miniature subject with the same clothes. He has climbed a ladder on a DSLR camera and is cleaning the lens. So I started getting results like this, and this was one edit where I really had to just keep on modifying the prompts. So it's a lesson that in these editors, sometimes you just move on image by image and keep improving the image. It's not always going to happen that you just get everything right from the first go. For example, here this image looked pretty decent, but then he was not on the ladder. So this was not what I had imagined. So then you just keep tweaking this, make something that shows the difference in scale more easily. So it's apparent that the man is small as compared to the camera. So it made the camera bigger. This time it made the man smaller, but he was still not on the ladder. So that's what I wrote next, that he should be on top of the ladder. Then if we go there, then we started getting close to something that we want. And once you do find an image, what I suggest is you download this image and don't continue now within the same edit, because the image quality is just going to keep getting worse. So what I like to do in these cases is, if you found a good image, start using this as a fresh image and work from just hit this new chat button and start the process all over again. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So once I had found a winning image and something close to what I was liking, I just uploaded the image back. And this time I typed in, first of all, just create a prompt. That's it. So don't generate any image. Just create a prompt that would allow me to generate more images like this. So then it gave me a very detailed prompt. Then I again opened up a new chat and I used this prompt. So let me show you that also. So again, I hit the new chat button. I uploaded this image all over again, because remember, the first image that you get usually is the best. That's why I'm starting this process again. Then I just copied and pasted that prompt that ChatGPT had given to us. I wrote this extra line, which was, turn this man into the following image. And then I pasted the prompt. And this time the result was exactly what I had hoped for, because the scale of the camera was good. He was really small and he was actually cleaning the front part of the lens, which is something I wanted. And he was on top of the ladder. The next edit or a use case is something that we have seen a lot, because ChatGPT just does this better than anyone else, which is product placement. So here you can see that I've got this shot with these Nike shoes here, and this is our own product and we just wanted to get replaced. So replace the shoes in the first image with the one in the second image. Also add the tagline, your running companion for life, in a dramatic text so it looks like an ad. And if we see the result here, this just looks absolutely real. The lighting is amazing, and it's even put that text. So this is great for, like I mentioned before, graphic designing people also, and even the image editors out there. Let's see the next edit. Another area where ChatGPT really excels is at food edits. So here I just had this bad looking shot of this strawberry juice bottle, and I just typed in this is a strawberry juice bottle, so it gets the context, and turn this into a professional product shot in a kitchen square aspect ratio. So if you just go down, produce this really nice looking shot. The only thing it got wrong was the hue of this red color, since it was lighter than what we had here. It's not a problem because you can just type in this is good, but make the red liquid darker just like the original shot, and also add more props around the bottle. And just like that, we had this image. And being on the topic of food editing, I actually wanted to see how it performs when it comes to my real life shots that I have taken for my clients. For example, one of the shoots that I did for a cafe, so I was shooting the iced tea beverages there. So this was the shot I had taken. And then this was also a shot I had taken on a fast shutter speed just to capture the splash. But the problem there was, since I was not using a flash and I opted for the faster shutter speed, I had to increase my ISO value on the camera, and therefore it had a lot of noise. So let's see if ChatGPT can get rid of all these problems and give us a shot which looks much better than this and is also very clean at the same time, so we can take a big printout. So I uploaded both these shots, and I just typed in create a photo for the beverage in the first shot so that it looks similar to the splash created in the second shot. You have the liberty to make the splash and the shot as dramatic as possible. Sometimes this line can be great if you are struggling with ideas. Just let ChatGPT figure something out, and you are giving it the liberty. So if I just go down, you can see that it produced this shot, which looked like this beverage. And overall, because of the black background, the nice splash, and more importantly, it was absolutely clean and sharp. It just looked way better than what I had been able to do with that beverage. And I even asked it, this is good, but I want the angle to be slightly from the top. And you can see it actually this time gave me two variations. Sometimes ChatGPT will do that just to kind of get your feedback. And both these look good. And this for sure means that any type of photography which involves shooting inanimate objects like products, food, it really, really looks like the end of those types of photography, because now you can just do this without any effort. For the next edit, I had this image of this man here against all these skyscrapers, and I wanted to turn this entire scene into a night scene. So I just typed in change this scene into a night scene so the skyscrapers light up. And also it should be in the blue hour so the sky has a blue hue. And you can see this is the result that it gave me. And if you compare both these images, one of the great things about this was that it really maintained the accuracy when it came to the skyscrapers. All the buildings look exactly the same, like how they would actually look if it was nighttime. But where it did not do very well was when it came to the man himself, because the face changed a lot. So in this situation, you will have to do a face swap using another AI tool. But to be frank, I even tried it. The difference was so much that I wasn't really able to redeem that. So for such extreme edits, I guess we probably have to wait for a bit longer, simply because this is right now new. And in these cases where a person is involved, things can be a bit tricky. Just wanted to also show you, just probably so that you appreciate this result more. I tried the same thing in the new Gemini AI image editor also. So uploaded the same image, same prompt, and this was the result we got. And you can see just the overall quality doesn't look anywhere close to ChatGPT. The exposure probably was better, but it changed a lot of buildings. The buildings looked really bad and blurry and noisy. Probably kept the outlines of the person better, so the person looked more like the original person. But then you can even see here the face, the hands, they were just really, really bad. And this probably will be very, very tough to recover. So there's no doubt that currently ChatGPT absolutely is far ahead of both Grok and Gemini. For the next edit, I tried to create consistent characters using ChatGPT, and in my opinion, it still struggles with that a bit because the images just don't look very real. So you can see this man is standing on a busy street. He's dressed in a green t-shirt, denim trousers, and white sneakers. The shot should have some grain because I really wanted it to look a bit real. So it should look like it was shot from an old film camera, because sometimes when you do that, these images don't have that polished AI look. And horizontal aspect ratio, it gave me two results. They were decent, but you can still see that AI look, especially on the face itself. And also the face wasn't very close to the original person. So as far as creating consistent characters goes with ChatGPT, I think we still have to wait a bit more. Finally, I just wanted to edit this particular shot, which was just a normal looking shot like the ones that you would take with your cell phone, and see if it maintains the consistency when I ask it to remove the people, because that is something that photographers require a lot. And I also wanted to add a bit of a dramatic sky here, so that's what I did: remove the people in the scene and make the sky dramatic. Now when I did get the result, this is what I've got. And if you compare these two images side by side, now, whether this is good or bad completely depends on the person. Some people would just take the over the top edit and they would actually like it. But some people who are more purists, they would probably not accept such an edit. So right now, there's no doubt that the new ChatGPT AI image editor is the best image generator out there, when especially you consider the fact that it can edit photos also. It's growing very, very rapidly. Remember, it's just been 2 weeks since this was released, so we really have to give it some more time before the results even improve further. But it's already miles ahead of its competitors. And I do plan to do a lot more experiments with this tool and with other AI image editing and generating tools out there. So if you want to follow along all these experiments, make sure you subscribe. And in case this video helped you out, don't forget to give it a like, and I will see you next time.